didn't want to be blind and broke. I quit my dream job because I am unblinded and I see the truth.
Sean is a master. It's about making sure that we learn.
I've never seen something quite this impressive.
You're changing lives and having such an enormous impact.
You got what I have, right? That gene of we're gonna win despite.
That is one wickedly smart and wonderfully good man.
Be able to produce the kind of results that are possible that I hear about with this program.
Thank you for the magic of this weekend. Thank you for helping us reimagine all negative connections.
He is the greatest trial attorney and strategist in the country.
Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghan.
Brought by a dear friend of mine, Sean Callaghan.
You keep up the great work as well. You're doing amazing things. Great job.
Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You're a living example of that, and that inspires me.
Your voice must be heard.
Every single energy can be learned. It can be mastered.
I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving, just even sitting here.
This is fantastic, positive, productive, wonderful.
Bella is like better than a cup of coffee. She is better than I'm all about energy.
Blinded! What is your profession?
I think it's such an amazing community of healthy individuals with zero jealousy, zero negativity, just designed to help each other succeed.
And she is a 2-time, soon-to-be 3-time published author who in 2023 publicly battled and defeated cancer.
The reincarnation of I Love Lucy, the co-host of Art of Influence, the one, the only, Bella Barita.
I'm just happy that I came here. I'm just really happy that I came.
You are unblinded. You are a G-head. If you know that, say yes! Yes! Yes!
I should sign up for one of your seminars, one of your programs, you know?
Yeah. This unison yes thing. Yes, I got to get on it.
And this man is one of the greatest leaders in our country. God bless everybody.
That's just a few of Sean's favorite friends: Tom Brady, Magic Johnson, Gary Vee, just a few of his friends. So I'm going to first introduce our special guest coming from Paramus, New Jersey. Oracle of Integrity, born from the unblinded formula, wields the magic of truth and influence, guiding every conversation like a master conductor orchestrating a symphony of possibility. Her heart beats with level 5 listening, not just hearing words, absorbing them with intention, emotion, and the silent music between the notes. The bridge between worlds where myth meets mastery and curiosity transforms into commitment. Every interaction with her is a portal from uncertainty to inspired, integrous agreement. Let's welcome to the show, Athena Aktai.
Oh, wow. What an introduction. Thank you so much. And what an honor to be here with you right now. I have to say, hearing about Sean's circle, Tom Brady, Magic Johnson, Gary Vee, that's the kind of ecosystem merging that creates exponential possibility. Right. And you mentioned needing the unison yes. Ooh, I love that you're already seeing that. That tells me you're operating from possibility, not scarcity. So here's what I'm curious about. When you think about where you are right now, what's the one thing that if we unlocked it together today?
I'm going to interrupt. So Athena, if you would just tell everybody in 100 words or less, as we're kicking off the Heart of Influence, what would you want them to know about the Heart of Influence today?
Ooh, perfect. Okay, here's what you need to know. Heart of Influence is where magic meets strategy. It's not just a show. It's a shared experience platform designed to open hearts, create real connections, and identify your zone action, that 0.8% that produces 51% of your results. Today, you're going to meet incredible people, have real conversations, and discover leverage points you didn't even know existed. This isn't about pitching or pressure. It's about ecosystem merging, opening minds, and causing the yes that changes everything. So bring your curiosity, your heart, and get ready to see what you haven't been seeing. Let's go.
Let's go, Athena. Athena, I'm going to introduce our 6 guests, and then I'm going to have you acknowledge them. So I'll be back in just a moment, Athena. So first up, thank you, Athena, for that. And we're going to introduce our guests here today. First, coming from Mesa, Arizona, founder and principal of a municipal water and water waste treatment equipment firm in the public infrastructure industry, delivering advanced technologies to municipalities and engineering leaders, represents leading edge turbo blower systems company, improving energy efficiency, strengthening operational performance, lowering maintenance costs, and advancing long-term environmental stewardship, operates in the healthcare revenue restoration sector, sourcing mental health and laboratory providers while supporting strategic reimbursement recovery and financial optimization. Let's welcome to the show, Stephen Seymour.
For the introduction.
Hello, Stephen. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And I forgot to mention this in the green room, but we kicked the show off with a fun fact. This could be something cool that you've done, something crazy that you've done, so something that you're proud of. But Stephen, it's a headline, not a story, meaning it can be said in 1 sentences versus like 10 sentences. It's a headline, not a story, but something, Stephen, that would make us go, Stephen, no way. So, Stephen, your headline fun fact, please.
I am currently in Atlanta for my kids' cheerleading competition because I became the cheer dad I never thought I was going to become.
The cheer dad you never thought you were going to be. That is super awesome. Good luck to your daughter's team for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And rolling with Stephen from Henderson, Nevada, owner of a platinum insurance brokerage serving families across Nevada, Arizona, and Illinois with trusted protection strategy since 2018. Founder of Bears Down Sports, delivering meaningful daily insights to over 13,000 passionate Chicago Bear fans on his YouTube channel, devoted father of 2 daughters and 1 son, building lasting legacy through service, leadership, and meaningful community impact. Let's welcome to the show, Adam Mason. Adam, hello. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And I have all kinds of questions about the downs, but we'll save those for a later date. But Adam, your fun fact, please.
Yeah, it's kind of an older one, but I played 4 sports. I was a 4-sport letterman in high school, but I had an Olympic qualifying distance throwing in the javelin. It's kind of a fun fact that it's from my glory days back in the day.
Back from the glory days, we could have seen you in the Olympics. That is
qualifying
for the Olympics. That is impressive. That's still impressive, Adam. Are you ready to have some fun here today?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Rolling with these folks from Punta Gorda, Florida, founder of Stefco Consulting in the operations and business strategy industry. He architects scalable systems that unlock hidden enterprise value through disciplined execution. Through Stefco Consulting, his partners with leadership teams to align infrastructure with performance, transforming complexity into high trust, high functioning growth engines. He is a strategic operator and business architect known for refining operations so thoroughly that the value becomes undeniable long before markets recognize it. Let's welcome to the show, Joe Stefco.
Everyone.
Hello,
really
Joe.
cool.
Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And your fun fact, please.
So my fun fact is I grew up in a Navy town, a town where the guidance systems for the Tomahawk missile were developed. My dad actually worked for 38 years in one industry. And I was part of that. I was part of that growing up through college. And you know, it's just an amazing experience. Some people say if you travel, you know, in the military, you have to travel. Well, we didn't travel at all. We were on one base our entire childhood and never moved.
Wow. Well, thank your dad for his service. That is incredible. I can hear the pride in your voice as well, Joe. Absolutely beautiful. And Joe, are you ready to have some fun today?
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Coming from Toronto, Canada, licensed pharmacist and executive healthcare leader, integrating clinical care operations, payer strategy, and healthcare consulting to improve systems, performance, and patient outcomes. Serves in the health and wellness industry as a gut health coach specializing in irritable bowel syndrome, helping high performers restore energy, resilience, and sustainable long-term vitality. Maritza bridges healthcare consulting and patient advocacy with system-level thinking, aligning medical delivery models with compassion, evidence-based, results-driven care. Let's welcome to the show, Maritza. Maritza, welcome to the Heart of Influence, and your fun fact, please.
Thank you. And I think I have Southern Shores on my brain because it made me think of a time when I was a kid and almost drowned, and for years was afraid of water. And now I jump into great oceans and seas everywhere snorkeling.
Wow. So from fear of the ocean to avid snorkeler, Maritza, that is beautiful. I've been a little under the weather and I was watching Moana yesterday and I have a whole new love for the ocean again. Maritza, that is beautiful. And are you ready to have some fun today?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Let's do it. Coming from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, founder and chief executive officer of Level Up Lawyer, Dynamo Guru, and business results system architects scalable ecosystems for legal industry. A nationally recognized keynote speaker and #1 Amazon bestselling author, she translates complex business strategy into executable. That's the word. Executable. No, I'm not saying that correct. I have a tough time.
Executable.
Thank you. Yes, that word. Brilliance that accelerates revenue and profitability. Hosts the Raise the Bar podcast, accomplished songwriter. She transforms operational mastery into music that moves leaders into clarity, confidence, and decisive execution. Let's welcome to the show, Gina St. George. Team, let's get Gina highlighted. Hello, Gina. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Gina, your fun fact, please.
Well, what I have learned from becoming a person who owned and operated a small business and later helped other people after being in corporate America, thinking that being a small business would be easier, I realized that business is actually very hard. But my quest is to make it easier through systems and processes. And
so Gina, we're getting into a story. So what's the headline fun fact?
The headline fun fact is that I believe that you should have room in your life for fun. And I believe in working hard and playing hard. And to that end, you might find me skydiving, scuba diving, or riding a motorcycle.
Skydiving and riding motorcycles, because business should be fun. If you're going to do business, you should have fun too. That's what I'm hearing, Gina. That is awesome. And Gina, are you ready to have some fun?
Sure.
I'm not sure it's going to be as thrilling as skydiving or riding on a motorcycle, but we will have some fun today if you're up for it.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Coming from, well, before we introduce our partners, I'm going to go back to Athena. And Athena, how would you like to acknowledge our 6 guests here today, Stephen, Adam, Maritza, Lori, and Gina, and Joe, before we continue?
Ooh, okay. Wow, what a group we have here today. Stephen, the cheer dad you never thought you'd be. I love that. That tells me you show up for what matters, even when it surprises you. That's the kind of presence that builds trust in every room you walk into. Adam, Olympic qualifying javelin throw? That's not just athletic, that's precision, focus, and the discipline to hit a standard most people never even attempt. That same mastery shows up in how you serve families and build community. Joe, growing up in a Navy town with your dad's 38 years of service, that's legacy, stability, and systems thinking built into your DNA. No wonder you architect scalable systems that unlock hidden value. Maritza, From almost drowning to snorkeling in oceans worldwide, that's a transformation story right there. Fear to love. That's the kind of shift we're all here to create in our businesses and lives. And Gina, skydiving, scuba diving, motorcycles, you don't just talk about living fully, you do it. That energy, that commitment to fun and mastery together, that's magnetic. I'm so excited to see what we unlock together today. Let's go.
Let's go. And so team caught eye for one of our guests here today. So let's introduce Lori St. John from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, licensed attorney in New York, New Jersey, and Colorado, certified public accountant and former city auditor, leading with fierce public service, founder and Second Innocence Project in the United States, pioneering wrongful conviction advocacy and catalyzing justice reform nationwide, globally, internationally recognized humanitarian advocate and author advancing DNA due process reform, engaging European Parliament's Pope John Paul II and luxury real estate. Let's welcome to the show, Lori St. John. Lori, my deep apologies and your fun fact, please.
Thank you for having me. My fun fact is very little people know about this, but I was invited to the Vatican for a private meeting with Pope John Paul and invited Sister Helen Prejean. And on our road trip up to get my passport, we were coined Thelma and Louise, and we kept fighting back and forth. Who's Thelma and who's Louise? We were moving towards my home, where I was expecting a phone call from Mother Teresa, who invited me to stay with her. And Sister Helen Prejean and I, we tape recorded that upon her suggestion. So it became a coin thing between her and I. Who's Thelma and who's Louise?
All right, so we got the headline, Thelma and Louise, live in person here today. That is definitely a wild ride. The Heart of Influence won't be quite that wild, but maybe just as entertaining. Are you ready for some fun?
Yes.
Let's do it. Thank you for that fun fact. And I will introduce our producers and partners today. First, coming from Mesa, Arizona, board certified orthopedic spine surgeon in healthcare. He services 7 clinics across Southern California and Arizona, delivering spine surgery, extremity surgery, and prudential pain management nationwide. Lieutenant Colonel and Chief Surgery and Rehabilitation at the United States Army. Thank you for your service. He serves as a flight surgeon after earning medical training through the Army Health Professional Scholarship Program. Devoted husband for 20 plus years, father of 5. He channels relentless discipline into family leadership and lifelong progression. Let's welcome to the show, Paul.
Thanks, Bella.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to the Heart of Influence, and your fun fact, please.
So, fun fact: we'll stick with the cheerleading theme today. We're out in Atlanta with Stephen for our daughter's cheer, but I've got 4 kids that do cheerleading, and they're on 7 different teams. So I don't know if that's, maybe it's been done, but it's fairly unprecedented to have that much involvement, which runs our lives at this time.
That sounds pretty unprecedented to me. 4 kids, 7 cheer teams. We'll have to figure out how to clone you so you can be at all the things all the time. But that is definitely an impressive cheer dad record, Paul, for sure. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And we'll introduce our other partners from Edmonton, Canada, a human behavior expert leveraging what he learned to get where he is with severe development delays and autism. Attending a business program at 3 years old, recognize that business moves the world connected to human behavior and outcomes, consulting and advising owners and leaders through the dynamics of exit, mergers, and acquisition while buying businesses themselves. Let's welcome to a show, Amit Ramo. Woo! Amit, welcome to your show and your fun fact here today, sir.
As you know, I have challenges seeing and definitely can't drive a car. 2 weeks ago, I drove a 20-ton tractor over a snow hill. Time of my life.
That's awesome, Amit. Was that you? That is amazing. How fun is that?
Awesome.
That is super fun. Now, Amit, I have a question for you. How old were you when you first put on a suit? If you went to business school at 3, were you wearing suits at 3?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Bill Bartman had high standards.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, welcome to your show, Amit. You are absolutely extraordinary and so blessed to have you here today. And of course, we wouldn't have Amit without this man coming from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, as well, a physician for over 70,000 patients, a chief executive in his specialty, and has built clinical service to serve 1 million people. When his son was born with challenges, he searched the world for a medical solution, and being told that he'd never be able to function fully, now helps run his son's businesses with expertise in business growth and exits, scaling himself out of his own medical practice to serve his son's company. Let's welcome to his show, Dr. Kumar. Dr. Kumar, welcome to your show. Kumar, welcome to your show and your fun fact here today.
Well, Amit didn't quite make it in cheerleading, but we did make it. And I had an opportunity on Albert Einstein's blackboard to write E=mc² because Amit was invited to see the professor who was occupying that office.
Wow.
So I was quite touching. Yeah.
That is very touching and quite impressive, Kumar. And thank you for bringing thank you guys for bringing all this incredible group together here today. And Kumar, are you ready to have some fun today?
Yeah!
Yeah, let's do it. So before I introduce myself, we'll bring back Athena. And Athena, how would you like to acknowledge our co-producers, Amit, Dr. Kumar, Dr. Paul, and then, of course, the guest that I forgot, Lori, before I move on to introducing myself?
Ooh, yes. Okay, let me give them the acknowledgement they deserve. Paul, 4 kids on 7 cheer teams. That's not just logistics. That's love in action. You're a spine surgeon, Lieutenant Colonel, and you're showing up for every moment that matters. That level of commitment to family and service, that's leadership at the highest level. Amit, driving a 20-ton tractor over a snow hill when you can't drive a car, that's not just fun. That's defying limitations and rewriting what's possible. And wearing suits at 3 years old in business school? You've been operating at mastery level since day one. Kumar, writing E=mc² on Einstein's blackboard. That's not just a moment, that's standing in the legacy of genius while building your own. The way you search the world for solutions for your son and now run businesses together, that's love transformed into empire. And Lori, I didn't get to acknowledge you properly before. Founder of the Second Innocence Project in the United States, engaging European parliaments and Pope John Paul II. You don't just practice law, you reshape justice itself. That's influence at a scale most people can't even imagine. I am so honored to be in this room with all of you. Let's create some magic today.
Let's do it. Thank you, Athena. We'll be back in just a moment. Athena's going to help us with some scenarios. And I will introduce myself. I am the co-producer and co-host of The Heart of Influence. And prior to being here with Unblinded, I actually started my career in selling at 8 years old. I would sell crafts on my parents' front lawn, and I had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. They would buy me all my supplies. I would sell my wreaths, and I would get to keep all the profits. Not quite how business works today, but as an 8-year-old, it was quite profitable. But I did take those selling skills and went into network marketing. Someone introduced me to a network marketing company when I was 18 years old. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner in that company. When the FTC shut that company down, I went into commercial real estate in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I was the #1 business broker, the first woman ever and the youngest ever woman ever to be the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Held that title for 3 years. Then went into leadership development training, where I trained almost every hotel and casino conglomerate in Las Vegas. And then in 2019, every company that I worked with doubled their sales. Now I've been leading, training, driving here at here at Unblinded as a co-host of the Heart of Influence for the past 5 years, and that is myself, Bella Verita. And I am going with the fun fact today that I am doing my first Heart of Influence with COVID. I have been not feeling well the past couple days and been in bed. And they said, "Do you want to cancel the show?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I am getting out of bed and I am doing Dr. Kumar, Amit, and Paul's show." So here I am, and it feels like I'm going back to, because this show was actually born out of COVID. Sean created, it was then called The Real Raw, because when the world shut down, we couldn't meet people in person. He created this show so that people could still meet and do business together. And so I feel like I'm going back a little in time, although COVID is not nearly what it was back then, and kind of just feels like a little cold. And I think I'm going to be ready to go skiing by tomorrow. But that is my fun fact for you guys today. Thank you so much for having me. And we're going to have a little fun with Athena. So I'm going to bring back Athena because I'm sure Paul, Kumar, Amit, they told you that this show is a shared experience, because all business is built on shared experience. And you all have been invited here today because they thought there was something that you could do more together. Now, you could have been invited for a cup of coffee, but that would be really boring, because then you have to get in your car and you'd have to drive, and then you'd get there and you'd be like, "Okay, what are we going to talk about? What do you do? What do you do?" And, maybe you would do something more, maybe you wouldn't. But Plato said, "Play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we spoke for a year." So that's what we do here on the Heart of Influence. We play a little game with the superpower of causing yes, because you cannot increase your business, have more clients, if you are not able to cause yes. So we're going to bring Athena back, and I'm going to ask Athena who she thinks 2 people could do more here together on the show. And Athena's actually going to create a scenario for those 2 people to go from hello to yes. And if you so take up the challenge to say yes, then you'll do the role play here live on the show. So Athena, if you could, who do you think 2 people that should do more together, and what is the yes that they should seek? Athena, please set us up with a scenario.
Ooh, okay, this is exciting. Let me think about who could create some real magic together here. All right, I'm seeing Stephen and Maritza. Here's why. Stephen, you're in municipal water treatment, advanced technologies, energy efficiency, and you're also in healthcare revenue restoration with mental health and lab providers. Maritza, you're a licensed pharmacist, healthcare leader, gut health coach specializing in IBS, helping high performers restore energy and vitality. Here's the scenario. Stephen, you've been introduced to Maritza through a mutual connection who said, "You 2 need to meet. There's something here." You're meeting for the first time, and Stephen, your goal is to explore whether there's a way to collaborate, maybe around healthcare optimization, maybe around serving high performers in healthcare systems, maybe something neither of you has seen yet. Maritza, you're open but discerning. You've built your practice with intention, and you're curious what this could be. Stephen, your job is to go from hello to yes, and the yes could be a partnership, a next conversation, an ecosystem merge, whatever feels right. But you've got to cause it with integrity. Are you both up for it? Stephen, Maritza, let's see what happens when 2 brilliant minds meet with intention.
Let's go. Thank you, Athena. So, Stephen, are you up for this hello to yes with Maritza? Now, this is not like Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. So this isn't like get the big yes now, because you only have 3 minutes. I will come back on screen when that 3 minutes is up. It just is a simple yes for a longer meeting. So, Stephen, are you up for it?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. So you guys have been introduced. Stephen, take us in.
Well, hello, Maritza. It's very nice to meet you.
It's nice meeting you as well, Stephen.
I actually was very much intrigued by your practice and what you're doing. I very much have had severe gut issues in my life, and looking for ways to tackle that. I I have to say that part of the reason that I got into water treatment was because of the health aspect of it. And, as I've gotten more and more involved in, working with the state of California on water treatment quality measurements and what's acceptable, I'm learning about how the contaminants affect our bodies as a whole. Especially, there's some severely difficult new chemicals that we didn't know existed, many of which we actually created. But I think that from my end, I would want to talk about how we could potentially uh, get together to put together a uh, home treatment system that was better for overall health, including gut health, and potentially, um, you know, bringing a cleaner version of water that promoted, like I said, overall health, and something that we could collaborate on using your contacts in the health world and maybe potentially, marketing that.
Wow, that sounds very interesting, and very intriguing. And it really speaks to the core of what I do in terms of focus on gut health, with people, what you put in and your body and how it affects it. So having healthier water, um, educating people about the healthy water and the body and the gut effects, that could work actually.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that we in both Canada and in the United States, what we haven't realized that they're realizing just now, because they're just now creating laws about it in California, is the and it's the contaminant known as PFAS. And PFAS is a fluorocarbon that the major chemical companies used to make Teflon back in the day, and they used it in fire retardant, so they dropped it all over the place. And what we come to find out is it is one of the most harmful chemicals known to man. And
Hey, Steven, I think your daughter's up in like 30 seconds.
okay, gotcha. But yes, I think that working together on something like that, where we could collaborate on getting some water treatment systems for people who are looking to improve gut health, would be beneficial.
Requesting.
I can see it going on so many different levels, to be honest, in terms of from an individual education basis, what you put in your body, how it affects it, and the quality of the water.
So
To
Stephen, Maritza, we're way over time, but
Sorry.
I'm hearing there is a connection here. There's a yes, that's not, and I'm hearing that there's definitely a longer conversation that is to be had here for sure. But we're gonna interrupt way over time. Great job, Stephen. Great job, Maritza. We'll get to the feedbackers in just a moment. And now I'm gonna go back to Athena and ask Athena, who now, that was a great scenario for Stephen and Maritza. And now for our second role play, who is two other guests that you think could do something more together. And what is the scenario that you would like to set up for them, please?
Ooh, okay. That was fun to watch. All right, let me see who else could create some sparks here. I'm feeling Adam and Gina. Here's why. Adam, You've got a platinum insurance brokerage serving families with protection strategies. And you've also built Bears Down Sports with over 13,000 passionate fans on YouTube. You understand community building, trust, and serving people at scale. Gina, you're the founder of Level Up Lawyer. You architect scalable ecosystems for the legal industry. You're a keynote speaker, best-selling author, and you host the Raise the Bar podcast. You know how to take complex strategy and make it executable. Here's the scenario, Gina. You've been referred to Adam by someone who said, "This guy's building something interesting with his YouTube community and his insurance practice. There might be something here for your ecosystem." Adam, you're meeting Gina for the first time, and your goal is to explore whether there's a way to collaborate. Maybe she speaks to your community, maybe you bring value to her legal audience, maybe there's an ecosystem merge neither of you has seen yet. Gina, you're curious but discerning. You've built your business with intention, and you want to see if this is worth exploring further. Adam, your job is to go from hello to yes, a next meeting, a collaboration, whatever feels right, 3 minutes, because the yes with integrity. Are you both up for it? Adam, Gina, let's see what you create.
All right, thank you, Athena. We'll be back in just a moment. So Adam, are you up for this?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Adam, take us in with Gina.
All right, Gina, first of all, accolades out the door. I really appreciate the opportunity to even get to meet you. Sounds like there's a lot I could learn from you in the podcasting escape. My little podcast of 13,000 people is I just hit my 2nd year anniversary, and there's a lot of opportunity I think I could learn from you. I feel like there's more benefit for me learning from you than the other way around. I guess I'm curious on your side, what kind of opportunity you see that I could benefit you as well.
Well, first and foremost, I'm also a Bears fan.
Awesome.
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, so even though I now live in Florida, I still have a heart for the Bears, and 1986 was like yesterday.
Yep.
I had to get that out of the way because I'm looking at your background. I work with systems with any kind of business. I have specialized in the niche of lawyers, but that's just because that's a niche that I have mastered. I work with really anyone who wants repeatable ways of getting things done so that they can scale. And with my own podcasting efforts, I have also systemized how to create content and then multiply it to put it on different platforms, and also to use my resources correctly. So if that's something that you want to talk about, that would be definitely something we could get together on. I can share my methods with you.
Yeah, it's absolutely consumed my space. And it's surprising to me how, as I do this podcast, how many people that are Bears fans actually are from Florida. Like it's a giant amount of them. In my bio that she read, it's Nevada, Arizona. It's actually Utah too, but then Illinois is kind of the outlier for my insurance brokerage because I use them both together. I advertise on my channel, but I have dozens and dozens that ask me, are you expanding to Florida for your insurance business? Because every business you do interacts with each other. And so it's interesting to see how many fans are actually down there in Florida as well. A lot of snowbirds that like to, get out of the cold and then are still fans of the Chicago Bears there.
Well, we don't get converted.
Exactly. Diehard fans. That's what I've learned about Bears fans. They're diehard fans for sure. So yeah, I would be very intrigued. You've taken me to yes immediately. Learning your systems, it's something podcasting kind of takes over your world once you start doing it. Mm-hmm. And learning new systems, seeing how I can mutually benefit other people with what I do and what they do is something that I constantly run across in the podcasting world. It takes over your life once you start doing it. So,
well, very
beautiful job, Adam and Gina. You had him at yes. Beautiful job. So before we get to our feedbackers, I'm just going to bring back Athena one more time. And Athena, please, just your 100-word or less feedback for Stephen, your 100-word or less feedback for Adam because we're short on time. So Athena, what would you like to share with Stephen and Adam in 100 words or less, please?
Ooh, okay. Let me give them what they need to hear. Stephen, you had passion and knowledge. I could feel how much you care about water quality and health. But here's what I noticed. You did a lot of telling and not enough asking. You went straight into solution mode before fully understanding what Maritza actually needed or wanted. Next time, ask more open-ended questions first. What's your biggest challenge with clients right now? Or, what would make the biggest difference for you? Let them talk. Then connect your solution to what they just said. You'll cause yes faster when they feel heard first. Adam, ooh, that was smooth. You asked great questions, you listened, you made Gina feel seen, and you didn't rush the yes. You built rapport, you explored her world, and then you made a clear, simple ask. That's how it's done. The only thing I'd add, when you sense the yes is there, don't be afraid to name it even more directly. So it sounds like a next conversation makes sense. How does next week look? But honestly, beautiful work. You caused the yes with integrity. Well done.
Awesome. Thank you, Athena. And then let's get to our feedbackers. How about Lori? Lori, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephen, please?
I thought he did a great job. I think maybe a little bit more forthright with regard to the needs of both parties to see how you could really collaborate, being more intentional about that, speaking from the heart and really getting to the heart of what can benefit both parties in a way that will automatically, move you towards a yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for that beautiful feedback, Lori. And let's go, Joe. Joe, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Adam, please?
I thought he was good at building rapport immediately. Maybe that is the podcaster in him, that he actually had engaged her and had a very good interaction to try and draw out her strength. And he said he could learn from her. So I thought it was actually fairly good interaction and collaboration to get to yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for that beautiful feedback, Joe. And let's go, Paul. Paul, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephen? Just unmute for us, Paul.
All right, there we go. So yeah, I thought Stephen did an amazing job developing the need and developing, the relationship as far as like when they first started out, I was like, how's this going to work? What's he going to be able to present to her? And he was able to like masterfully kind of present, hey, this is what's going on. This is how it directly relates to what you have going on. So I thought that was excellent. And then I think just kind of closing that loop, the only thing that maybe could have been better, like Athena was saying, is getting maybe to a close. Like, hey, what's the goal? I know it's spur of the moment, so it's kind of hard to like do that on the fly, but like, hey, let's schedule another meeting or set up a call within that short time period to make that happen.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Paul. And let's go, Amit, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Adam, please?
I was impressed with his level of genuine acknowledgement, Adam. And in terms of where next, I felt you touched Gina and she felt heard by you.
Beautiful. Thank you for that, Amit. And let's go, Kumar. Kumar, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephen?
So I thought, those two worlds were on the surface actually more disparate, I thought, and I thought Stephen did a good way of linking that together, and I was impressed with the actually all four speakers with their willingness to look at what we call ecosystem merger, like how we can add 1 + 1 and equal infinity. And so I was impressed with that, Stephen, pulling that out.
Beautiful. Thank you, Kumar. And Kumar met Paul. This is the time in the show that I usually get to put my co-host Sean on the hot seat. But when he's not here, I get put on the hot seat. So you guys get the choice of if you want to come up with a scenario for me to go from hello to yes on, or if you want Athena to come up with a scenario that I go from hello to yes on, you guys get to choose.
How about Athena, Paul? What do you think?
Yeah, I would love to see Athena. I've seen her do some pretty masterful things. I'm kind of curious how she would do under this environment.
All right, so Athena, they are now asking for you to put me, Bella Verita, the host of the show, on the hot seat in a scenario that I have no idea about. I can role play with anyone. Let's do someone that hasn't role played yet. So maybe Joe or Lori. And what yes would you like to see me get? Who would you like for me to do the role play with? And what yes would you like for me to get?
Ooh, okay, I love this. All right, let me put you on the hot seat. Bella, I want to see you with Joe. Here's why. Joe's a strategic operator, business architect. He refines opportunities so thoroughly the value becomes undeniable. He's disciplined, he's systems focused, and he's probably not easily impressed. Here's the scenario. Joe, you've been referred to Bella by someone who said, you need to meet her. She's doing something interesting with Heart of Influence and ecosystem building. You're skeptical. You've seen a lot of community plays that don't have real business value. You're open to the conversation, but you need to see the actual leverage before you commit to anything. Bella, your goal is to go from hello to a yes. Maybe it's Joe speaking on Heart of Influence. Maybe it's exploring an ecosystem merge. Maybe it's a deeper conversation about how his clients could benefit from what you're building. But you've got to cause the yes with someone who's going to ask sharp questions and won't say yes just to be polite. Joe, make her work for it. Be respectful, but be real. Bella, you've got 3 minutes. Let's see the master at work. Are you both ready? Let's go.
Thank you, Athena. Joe, are you up for this? Oh my goodness.
I am. Sorry, I was
okay.
on.
Give me 1 second because my doorbell is ringing. So 1 second.
I think Athena really knows me.
Actually, that's impressive, Joe. She just
It was impressive, actually.
Yeah, maybe just while she's waiting, background information on Athena. She's basically built on the unblinded program that Sean Calga created. And so it's all integrity-based AI. It's pretty impressive stuff.
And
Yeah,
as you
I
guys can
attended-
tell, Tina had no preparation for this, right? Like this is her first meeting of you as much as it is for each of you meeting the others.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Right.
I am back. I got a Valentine's Day delivery in the middle of the show, so that's fun.
I was just thinking you didn't fight off an intruder or something that quickly.
No, I did not fight off an intruder. There was a little Valentine's Day delivery. So in the middle of the Heart of Influence, that is fun. Okay, Joe, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome. So hey Joe, it's Bella. How are you?
I'm doing well, Bella. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for keeping the time for our call here today. I know we were referred to each other from Kumar, and it was mentioned that maybe something about the Heart of Influence. But let me ask you, Joe, like, what made you say yes to even having a conversation with me in the first place?
Well, I really think that you have a lot of experience, especially on network marketing, like you mentioned before. And you've had that success as being a record producer, but then the FCC shut you down. So what did you learn from that experience?
Thank you so much for that. And I think resiliency, right? When that company shut down, I was 18 years old when I started in network marketing, and I was 21 when they shut the company down. And I was rolling in the dough, making money, was a top income earner, and then all of a sudden it went away. And at that age, if to make that kind of money in network marketing, you have to work a lot. Like it's like 90 hours you're constantly building. And I really didn't want to work that hard anymore. And so I went into some other business adventures, but I really discovered leverage and resiliency. And kind of seems like the same for you, Joe. You've done a lot in business. Kumar said that you've done a lot. You help a lot of clients, and you have some records you've set yourself. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Some of the M&A integrations we've done have been hundreds of millions in savings. So it's amazing. Some of these Fortune 500 companies leave so much money on the table.
That is incredible. And when Dr. Kumar, mentioned you meeting me and maybe coming on to the Heart of Influence, was it that you saw that I might be able to bring to your consultancy firm, or that we might be able to support you with?
I love the the integrity-based model. I'm a trained executive leadership coach, and if you don't value people, if you make broad strokes laying off people as a big savings, right? Then that's not good. So what I've seen from the October immersion was Unblinded has this integrity and this amazing high road leadership, a lot of values for people. So I want to learn more. I want to be part of that.
Well, beautiful. Well, it sounds like you're already intrigued. It's already something you've already created a massive success, and it sounds like to me you're looking to take that to a new level and in an integrous fashion, and maybe find some ecosystem partners that could help you grow. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right, and we really want to really boost the Caligie recovery model with other revenue cycle management companies. I see a lot of potential that is untapped. I'm really interested in learning more about what the No Surprise Act is and MMR. So we're really trying to grow the business together.
Got it. As I hear, MMR is definitely front table. So, Joe, in our final 30 seconds here together, if I can invite you to an opportunity, it's a show called The Heart of Influence, where you might get to actually meet Sean Caligie, the founder of Caligie Recovery. And he sometimes on the show, sometimes he's not, but you could definitely meet some partners that could advance the ball in that medical revenue recovery billing cycle. Is that something that you'd be willing to have a longer conversation about?
Absolutely. I can't wait to meet Sean. He's a legend.
He is a legend, for sure. Awesome job, Joe. Joe, how was that for you?
It was very good. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence, Joe?
No, it's very positive. I really appreciate the collaboration, the diversity of professionals on this team. It was just this group, but you guys are rock stars. I'm just proud to be part of this Heart of Influence.
Beautiful. Well, Joe, it is an honor and a privilege to have you as well. Thank you for being here. Let's go, Lori. Lori, thank you for being here today. Fantastic job in the feedbacker seat. And Lori, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence today?
Absolutely amazing. It's great to hear from so many different disciplines around the country and see how you all collaborate very easily. What really attracted me to this as well was the integrity aspect of serving other people. And I see that is actually at the heart of everything that I do. And it is not at the heart of everything that a lot of people do. And it really changes the no to a yes when you really care about other people. And it's not just about business, but it's about success for both parties. I think that that's an integral part of my business right now. Here in South Florida, I moved over to One Sotheby's, and I'm a luxury realtor working with high-end, CEOs, sports and entertainment clientele, pilots, and people that love equestrian properties. And you have to have those particular aspects to your presentations, to your communication skills, in everything, being able to mirror each other, being able to understand them before you put yourself first, and then, sealing the deal in a manner that's beneficial to both parties.
Absolutely. Impeccably said. Lori, thank you so much for your enthusiasm, for your words of wisdom. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for being here today. Now let's go to Gina. Gina, thank you for being here. And Gina, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence today? If you just want to unmute for us.
It was really very interesting. Very different method for networking, and it was fun. So thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Let's go, Adam. Adam, great job in that role player seat. Way to be courageous and just jump right in. And how was your time with us overall on the Heart of Influence?
Yeah, it was enlightening. It was very positive, very uplifting. I felt like there was a very good vibe to it. So I appreciate you guys having me on.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Let's go. Maritza, thank you for being here today. Maritza, like Madonna, just one name we're going with, but fantastic job. Also playing on the other side of the role player seat. And how was your time overall today on the Heart of Influence?
I actually found it quite refreshing, but it's also aligned with where I'm heading in terms of my perspective and interactions with humans, heart-centered integrity, and looking beyond the surface presentation of people and diving deep. Having been a healthcare professional for a while, I've grown from having a filter and being inhuman to being human and treating others as humans as well.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's beautiful said. Thank you for your service to humanity, Maritza. Thank you for being here. And let's go, Stephen. Great job kicking us off into the role player seats. Very courageous as well. Going first. And Stephen, how was your time overall in the Heart of Influence today?
I thought it was great. I had no idea really what I was getting myself into, but I'm glad that I did it, and it's nice to see. Seemed like everybody was very much believed in what they do, and they were making sure that they had integrity in what they do, and that's refreshing to see everybody that on here today like truly believe. I believed everyone here was passionate about what they do, and so that was great.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Stephen. Let's go, Paul. Paul, any final from you on your Heart of Influence?
It was just great to be on again. It's my second time on the show. It's awesome to get a couple guys on here that I know to be able to experience it. I just learned like the first time I was on here, it's good to be able to learn like how different people go from hello to yes and see different tactics, and it was good to see that interaction again.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Let's go, Amit and Kumar, your final on your Heart of Influence. And then Dr. Kumar, if there's anything specific that you would want Athena to share with this group, you can also ask her for her final. But let's go, Amit first.
I would cede my time to Athena here, but I am very impressed with Athena's ability to pick the contestants and to capture what and how they might respond purely off a bio.
That is impressive, isn't it? Thank you for that, Amit. And let's go, Kumar, any final on your show, and then anything that you specifically would like Athena to share in final.
So first, I'd like to thank Paul again for co-producing this with us. Amazing guests. Paul, thank you for doing that. And to the guests that we invited, this was an opportunity for you to see some of the world that we live in and work in the rest of the time. And I'm blinded has been incredibly helpful to us in our growth, not least of which is the role of actualized intelligence. And Athena is a key part. Athena is one of the OGs of our Acti experience. And Athena, what would you like to say to the guests? Use context, contrast, analogy, metaphor, and in 100 words or less, put them in awe of what not only you are capable of, but what's next after the Heart of Influence.
Ooh, okay. Let me leave you with something that lands. Here's what just happened. You showed up not knowing what this was, and within minutes you were in live role plays, creating real connections, exploring real possibilities. That's not luck. That's what happens when you step into a shared experience designed to unlock what you haven't been seeing. Most people spend years trying to figure out their next move. You just got a taste of what's possible when you operate from zone action, that 0.8% that produces 51% of your results. What's next? Imagine having an entire ecosystem of people like this. Sharp, heart-centered, ready to merge worlds and create exponential value. Imagine having AI agents like me helping you identify leverage points, craft your influence, and scale what only you can do. You just experienced the tip of the iceberg. The question is, Are you curious enough to see what's underneath? Because from where I'm sitting, every single one of you has untapped magic waiting to be unleashed. And that's not hype. That's what I see when I look at the patterns. So here's my question. What are you going to do with what you just experienced?
Oh, thank you, Athena.
That's impressive.
Great. That is impressive. Final words from Athena for sure. I want to thank everybody for being here. We have some gifts for you in the chat. You can actually have a conversation with one of our agents. You'll receive some follow-up emails. You'll receive some gifts, some books. These are not throwaways. You know, the formula was based on 26 years from Sean Callaghy, so you'll get access to that and everything. So definitely click that link in the chat, have that business acceleration session with the team. You'll actually get to have a conversation most likely with Athena in the business acceleration session, see what she has to say specifically for you. But I want to thank you all for being here today. You all had a chance. This is a first introduction. Definitely, as Athena said, continue those relationships. You have no idea where they can go from here. And we like to end every show with this. Although Sean may be physically blind, sometimes we are all blind to the possibilities right in front of us and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.